Hi there, it's Janice Thompson here from jazzledazzlecrafts.com. I've come on again tonight to show you another card, another quick and easy Christmas card. The films will go out in the mornings usually, but I am going to be filming at night because it's back to that season where you go to work in the dark and you come home in the dark. So really my free time is mostly going to be in the dark. So I do apologise for the lighting. I will try and do some filming at the weekends when I've got a wee bit of daylight. But anyway, tonight I'm here to show you this card, which I've made using this stamp set. I'm going to pan out a wee bit so that you can see it a bit. And I apologise for all the shadows. This one is called Nature Sings, and I really like it. Now the sentiment here says, "May the spirit of the season bring joy to the world and peace to every heart." And there's another wee sentiment here that says, "And heaven and nature sing." And the one I'm going to use on the card that I'm going to make tonight says, "Wishes for a beautiful Christmas." So we've got this really nice sprig of fir from a fir tree, and we've got a nice group of trees here, and we've got this pair of deer-like creatures, and this maybe this is more of a moose. These certainly look like reindeer, but this certainly looks more like a moose, which would be probably more likely to see in Canada and other countries like that, I think. I'm not awfully good at that. So anyway, that's the stamp set. What I'm using is this little stamp here with the two deer that are one's on lookout and the other one's grazing, and this little sentiment, "Wishes for beautiful Christmas." So I'll pop this stamp set to the side. So it's this card. I'm basically just going to make another one very similar because in the theme of the series that this is part of, these are quick and easy cards that you can, they're really quite pretty, they're effective, and you can work through them fairly quickly. You can make batches of them. I tend to try to make batches of 10 of each card, and then by the time I've done 10 cards, I've got 100 made. So, that builds it up quite quickly and gives you a whole lot of choice of who you're going to send what card to. Okay, so the colours I'm using in this card are some of my favourites. I'm really, really fond of this year's in colours. So this is Fresh Fig with, oh for goodness sake, I know the name of the colour, and then as minute I start to film, it disappears out my head. Okay, Tranquil Tide. Gosh, I turned my colour carousel round and it came to me. So Tranquil Tide is the colour that's in the paper. Now this paper is from the designer series paper that goes with the Daisy Punch. Bear with me, I'll get the name of it because it has slipped my mind like everything else. From our delightful Daisy designer series paper. Okay, so that is, have I got a piece that's not stuck down? Here's a piece that's not stuck down. So it's got this one has got this lovely pattern on one side of it, and this nice watercolour effect. Could even be snow falling there. So I just thought it was a nice background for the deer. And the two colours, I think Tranquil Tide and Fresh Fig go together really well. Okay, so, oh gosh, this isn't stuck down anyway, so I could have showed you this one. Anyway, so just a very quick, some snail on there. The card base, again, is half a sheet of A4 cut down the middle, long ways, folded in half. And then this piece, I'm just going to try and get, I think I'll pan out a wee bit more just so that you can see. Is she panning in? I do apologise for the shadows, but I have explained them for you. Right, so just carefully, whoops, oh. Well that's not good, is it? Carefully putting it on squint. If this will come off I'll do it again, but that's kind of annoying. Probably should have stamped it first, but hey, here we go. We're live on air. as they speak. Right. Luckily any wee creases won't be that obvious because of the watercolour effect that's in the paper already. So I'm going to use the Tranquil Tide ink and the greeting first. So that this one is, yeah, that's, I'm just making sure. Right, so I'm just going to ink that up. Just check it out on my grid paper that it's all working properly. So I'm going to actually pop this on the light bit of the paper. Oh, and I've mucked it up. I'm going to start this card again. Well, not a good night. Okay, I've got another blank piece here because I've cut them out ready for my batch making. So, right, we'll start again because I just want to tell all the ladies that come to craft with me, all the ladies that come to my class, I tell them that these are foam pads and you need to be really gentle when you're inking them up, inking up your stamps. I'm just going to try and get this on straight. There we go. Now, normally I keep a wee microfiber cloth here, but of course because I'm not got everything organised since I came back from the weekend. Okay, I'll just take my thumb around. And then I'll probably wipe that on my jeans and stain them, but it'll come out in the wash. Anyway, let's just get this down. There we go, wishes for a beautiful Christmas and no lines around it. Alright, and then I've got little circles. This is a 2-inch circle. There's one that's right, okay. And again, just gentle tap, 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 tap. Still managing to press too hard, and I think I'm just, maybe I've got this on a slightly bigger block, so let's see if we can just do this gently. Oh, that's nice. Doesn't that show up nicely? Not very good for you, is it? Let's see. What do you think? That's quite good, isn't it? Nice. I'm just showing off now because I got it stamped properly. Okay, and then I'm going to use my Starburst punch, which is just a bit bigger than the 2 inches. So it just makes a nice, oh gosh. These were leftover circles from another craft that another thing I was making, so just careful, try and put that, and then I've just put a purple smudge from my finger on there, but do you know what, I'll sort that out later with a wee gem or something, I'll hide that. Okay, of course you'll take your time and not do that, trust me. Okay, so where's my washi tape gone? Here it is, right in front of me. So basically I just, the washi tape's really fun to work with, so I just put some strips on the card, kind of in the middle of the card, because I'm going, and I've used, this is from the metallic set of washi, oh gosh, you can't even see, can you? Trust me. Right, so this is from the metallic set, and I'll just put a piece of the thinner one there and then just slightly overlap it with a roughly toned tape. That one's got Tranquil Tide in it, and this one here, I'm going to make this slightly longer. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do this, it's just, I don't know, I'll say it just looks a wee bit arty. Anyway, and then again I'm just using snail to put everything together. You might want to use fast fuse or something stronger. There we go. And I'm just going to look for a gem or something just to distract from my splodge there. I wonder if I've got any dark stars that would just camouflage that. Sorry about this, no, I've not got any that match there, but I've got these wee, some left on this wee sparkly set. You just have to bear with me today, or maybe for the foreseeable future. These are pink, but I think they do kind of blend in. So, do you know, we'll just, they won't cover up the mark completely, but they'll just kind of distract from it. And then one up there. And maybe one down there. Okay, so that's how, sometimes, you know, you don't want to throw everything in the bin when you do a wee bit of a vlog. But anyway, there you go, there's a card done. You could, you know, you could stamp again if you want, if you do make a mistake, or you can make it look arty by adding some embellishments that distract from the mistake. Anyway, there you go. I'll just pan that out so you can see the two cards together. So that one says, wishes for a beautiful Christmas, and this one says, may the spirit of the season bring joy to the world and peace to every heart. That's the two made. Again, well, it'll only be 9 now because I spoiled one, but I may replace that. So I would appreciate your likes and your if you would subscribe to my channel down below. You'll also see a list of all the other videos that I do, or pop over to my blog. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Pop over to my blog, jazzledazzlecrafts.com, where you'll see some details of these cards, and you'll get all the measurements there and some other cards that haven't been filmed. Thank you for sticking with me.